2. Hey, it's Michael Angelo Caruso. I have a special guest with me today on the Talk to Me podcast. This is Drew Kessler. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Michael. Great to be with you today and look forward to spending some time with you.
You're the best, man. I have really enjoyed getting to know you. And for those of you that are watching, Drew is about to enter a rarefied air on planet Earth. He is about to become, and I think there are only 16 of these organisms at any given time. He's about
17,
to become,
but we'll go with whatever you think.
17 directors in an organization called Rotary International, everybody. Rotary is one of the top NGOs in the world, 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide and 35,000 clubs, and only 17 people on the board of directors. How on earth did you get this job?
This was a job that took a lot of years to really get to, and I've had the opportunity to be in this organization, Rotary International, since 2001 when I was 20 years old. It's absolutely changed my life, and the opportunity I've had since 2001 has been tremendous. And I've been very, very fortunate, if you will, to be in a lot of the right places at the right time. And this is the next opportunity I have to serve this wonderful, great organization.
When you explain to people what Rotary is to the layman, because Rotary's got a lot of tentacles. For those of you listening on Podbean and watching on YouTube, I'm a Rotarian as well. And both of us have, Drew, this responsibility of explaining to people what Rotary is. I'm always curious about how you explain it to people that maybe have no basis of understanding.
Yeah. So from my perspective, I mean, Rotary, as I previously mentioned, it's changed my life. I mean, it's an organization that can change anybody's life. Going back to when I was first introduced to Rotary, I didn't know what it was or what it is. And the person who asked me to come to my first meeting introduced it, and I asked what I thought was a very natural question. I said, "What is Rotary?" And his response at the time I thought was so incredible. And to me, it holds true to this day. He said, "Don't worry about what it is. You just show up." In this case, it was an upcoming Thursday. He said, "You show up this Thursday. I'm going to introduce you to all the movers and shakers of our community." And right there, I mean, if you can't get hooked by that, I don't know what's going to hook you. But really, it's an organization that's a tremendous networking opportunity. But most of all, from my perspective, it's the #1 service organization in the entire world. Really, it's an opportunity for those who want to, a platform to give back.
And you don't have to take Drew's word for this. Charity Navigator rates Rotary one of the top charities in how they administer their funds and how they run the show. It is truly a quality organization. You are also entering this rarefied air as a working professional. You're in the banking business. Tell us about your job, your day job.
Yeah, so I've been a banker the entire time that I've been in Rotary. I focus on commercial real estate, where I manage a portfolio and have a good amount of clients that I work with to really provide financing for them to build big projects here in the Metro New York area, and really to be their banker for whatever their need may be. I've had an opportunity to truly bring my work into Rotary and vice versa, in that for this to truly work and for me to be able to have a full-time profession as well as dedicate the time that I do to this organization, you have to find ways to bridge the two. Rotary has been tremendous for me from a professional development perspective, from a leadership perspective, and my organization sees the worth in what the organization provides, and very much promotes the fact of not only myself but my other colleagues to be part of community organizations and organizations, if not Rotary, just like Rotary.
Rotary has 7 areas of focus. One of them is literacy. Would you say you're a numeracy guy?
I guess that's one way to put it.
Are you good with numbers?
I would hope so. I mean, but that's, I guess, to be figured out, to be determined.
Yeah. A lot of people think that in order to do important things in Rotary, serve as president of a club, be a district governor, certainly be on the board of directors, that you wouldn't be able to hold a job. You would have to be retired. I've always resisted that argument because of what you just said, that everybody knows what a Venn diagram is. It's named after John Venn, in fact, a mathematician. And he said, if your vocation overlapped your avocation enough, there's a sweet spot in there that everybody benefits from. And that's how I kind of push back against this idea that you'd have to be retired to be a good Rotarian. How do you feel?
Yeah, so you've hit it completely, on the head, and that's what I've based my entire Rotary career on, if you will, because we just talked about my vocation, but really my top priority in my life is my family. I have, when I tell you, an extremely supportive partner and my wife Vicky. I'm totally underselling it, but we have 5 children, and really we brought them up in the organization. And that's really what I do is I bring my family into Rotary. I bring my work into Rotary. You mentioned the Venn diagram, and it's that sweet spot. That's what it's all about. It's not just engaging the member, it's engaging their entire support system, right? It's
Yeah.
engaging their vocation, it's engaging their family, so that the Rotarian is not choosing between Rotary and work or Rotary and family, because if they are, Rotary as an organization is going to lose. But if we could find a way to bring all the items together, then it's a win-win, right? It's how, as an organization, can we remove roadblocks and make this more accessible for everybody.
I like how you think. I would say that Rotary is not as high on the priority list as most Rotarians think it is. I think first comes health, and second comes family, and third comes your job, and then Rotary is way down on the list, man. Number 4.
Couldn't agree with you more.
But if you got your life together, you can do all 4. You can do 6 more things after that, right?
Without question.
Yeah, and those are the types of people we're looking for in the organization. I love learning about Rotarians as people, not just as Rotarians. You mentioned your family and 5 children. Tell us about the ages of the kids. Are they all boys, girls? Is there a mix?
Yeah, so we are blessed with 2 daughters and 3 sons. Our oldest is about to turn 20. Our youngest is 6. So we have a pretty wide range in ages. We go girl, boy, boy. And our older 2 are currently at university. My oldest did her sophomore year of high school in Rome, Italy, through a program called Rotary Youth Exchange, which I'd like to think truly changed her life. She is now focusing on accounting in school and is looking to get into international law, obviously with a focus on Italy being where I think she'd like to be. So it's so interwoven and part of what we do. My son, who's now in his 2nd year of university, went through a program called RILA, Rotary Youth Leadership Awards. And he would tell you that that's probably one of the pivotal, moments of his life where he just had a tremendous opportunity after his 2nd year of high school to participate in that, and so on and so forth. I mean, my second youngest, my 9-year-old, who's currently in 4th grade, recently came to my wife and I and said he wants to start a Rotary club in his elementary school. We call it Early Act. There's actually a program that's out there for children to participate in Rotary, and he's spearheading that. He went to his principal on his own, and he wants to do it because he sees what mom and dad's doing. Most weekends we're at some type of Rotary event, whether it's a touch a truck event or some type of outing. This is what they know, and they've made friends over the years through it. And I think appreciate and understand, what we're doing.
We'll wrap up with a little personal thing about lifestyle. We were chatting a little bit before we press record today about diet and exercise and just all those other things that round out a nice life. What kind of food's in your refrigerator?
Yeah, so I am plant-based at home. We found it was totally life-changing from a health perspective when we made the transition coming up on 2 years ago, and kind of haven't looked back. When we're out, we eat what's in front of us, but at home where many of our meals are, we focus on a plant-based lifestyle. And from a health perspective and what it's doing for, I think, collectively all of us has been really, amazing.
Really interesting. Listen, I will be serving you on the Public Image Committee for Zone 28, which is one of the 2 zones that you'll be looking after starting on June 30th of July 1st of 2022, Zone 28 and Zone 32. I'm really looking forward to working with you, and thanks for all you do for Rotary.
And Michael, thank you for all that you do for Rotary. You've been a leader within our organization for many, many years. You're a go-to keynote speaker at many of our events, and you've done a tremendous job. And I can tell you, you've definitely changed many, many lives over the years, because people have heard, your enthusiasm and the message you bring forward, and it's absolutely tremendous. So thank you.
Thank you, brother. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Thank you.